Hello there, I'm Michelle B, and I've made a string of romantic readings for you. It's a pick a scenario kind of thing where you choose from 3 cards. You resonate with the images, or if you already know about tarot, you're resonating with the scenario that's in the card, and then we'll go from there, taking a look at what the trajectory is ahead and any guidance that you might need to have for those scenarios. So this is mostly for the feminines, and speaking about their interactions with the masculine are always welcome to tune in and enjoy it, but I just want to let you know who who I'm like sending my thoughts and descriptions to. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okie dokie, Taurus. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to give these cards a quick shuffle, and you know my camera's going to be a little bit blurry going in and out for a minute until I get these cards on set up. So the 3 cards, you're going to look at the images, or like you might already know a thing or two about tarot, and you might be like, okay, that's my scenario right there. Here we go. Give that camera something to focus on. There's 1. There's 2. That's the Queen of Cups, the 4 of Wands, 1 more, and we've got the 10 of Swords. Aquarius also had a 10 of Swords scenario in their reading. So let's get a little look at each of these images, and you can decide which one you resonate the most with, and then we're going to go on from there. Give you just a second. Okie dokie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read each of these going 1, 2, 3, and then yeah, you can go directly to, if it's 2 or 3 are the ones you resonate the most with, you can skip ahead to get to those readings, or you know, you can hang out through all of them and see what you have to learn from each of them. So starting out with that that Queen of Cups energy, Taurus, I feel like there's a strong connection with a Cancerian that you connect with very well. This is if there's a masculine in your life that has that that homey kind of energy, like they like to be cozy, they like to be super cozy and comfy, and they're really good cooks, and they're just really nice to be around, just hanging around, like chilling in the evening and watching a movie kind of person that's in your life right now. And it feels, the energy that the intuitive energy that I'm feeling is that it's pretty good. Like it's pretty good, but you wouldn't be here if there wasn't something going on. Their shell is up. That is the shadow side of that Cancerian. They may not be a Cancerian like for their sun sign, for their birth date, but they could have, whoopsie, I got other people in my house. They could have Cancerian placements, but they could just have the Cancerian vibe, the energy, like homey, earthy, kind of like emotionally sensitive kind of energy. The shadow aspect of the Cancerian energy is that they're very defensive. Their boundaries, their walls are up, so that they're always looking out for trouble. See that guy? He's looking out for trouble. They're always looking out for a potential betrayal. So like that's something that you have to keep in mind with this person, is that they're very touchy, they're very sensitive, they've been hurt in the past. Who hasn't been, right? But most of us, if we're very healthy, we realize that we need to be able to be vulnerable again in order to be able to experience full, deep, passionate love. And like this person just isn't there yet. They're not ready to be like fully vulnerable with you at this time, and maybe not for a little while still. You could be very patient. I've seen it done. I've seen this kind of dynamic out of the masculine before, and I've seen where a persistent feminine just loved this person so much that she was like, I'll do whatever it takes to, win this person's trust and win their heart. And so she's just like, I will never do anything to make them feel unsafe, yeah, I will always make them feel safe in the relationship, and it worked. Like she got the boundaries down, and they're, you know, doing really well in their relationship. So that is possible, but it just really depends on the kind of patience you have. Taurus is very patient. So we do have that for the trajectory, that like there is going to be some work to gain their trust. So there's that. But yeah, let's get some pieces of advice. It's very slow moving energy with the 8 of Wands being in reverse. Very slow pace, very slow moving energy. The Death card in reverse means it ain't over. Like this is something that's going to go on for a while. This scenario is going to go on for quite a while. It's up to you if you want to maintain it. I don't see that changing. I don't see the scenario changing anytime soon. If it's something that you're unhappy with, then you're going to have to go ahead and make that choice. But if you're like, okay, well, at least I know, Taurus, you can say, at least I know that it's not me. It's not because I've done something wrong. It's not because I'm not trustworthy. It's because they don't trust. And yeah, it's not your issue. It's their issue. If you realize that, if you can externalize the issue to someone else, you could be like, okay, well, that's just how they are, and I'm just going to be myself. I am trustworthy. I am somebody that can protect the person that I love, and, you know, watch out for their best interests and make them feel safe. Then by all means, stick it out, right? If there are aspects of this person that you just really adore and you really enjoy being with, just why should you have to stop? But, you know, if you're tired of it, you can always just move on. All right? I don't see that happening with that Death card in reverse, just saying. Scenario number 2. The 4 of Wands usually indicates marriage or some kind of exciting commitment. Like the whole community comes out to be like, to celebrate. Yay, we're so happy you guys got together. Yeah, it's a happy commitment to each other. Like you're coming together in this beautiful, happy way. And yeah, it feels really, really good. So let's look at the trajectory of all of this. So I mean, there's an intuitive thing that's coming into me right now. It's not that is actually happening. It's what Taurus is wishing for. Okay. It's what Taurus would like to see happen. It may not actually be the case of what is really happening at this time. So I just want to you know, clarify that with you all, that for those of you who are like, wait, no, I'm not married. Does this mean I'm getting married? No, I feel like this is what you desire. So let's look at the trajectory real quick and then say, okay, yes or no. The Fool is in reverse. Hang on while I'm listening for a second about what this could mean, because my first thought was that you're with someone that just isn't into that, right? That was my first thought. You're with someone that's got this Piscean beginner's mind kind of energy where they're like, I love hanging out with you, but I'm not going to be always here for you. They love you very much, but they're not always going to be, they're not going to be able to be, your rock kind of thing. Like they're not going to always be able to be there to hang out with you in the everyday stuff. They're not really into the everyday stuff. So that was the first download that I got. The other download that I got was, if you are heading into a commitment, if you're heading into celebrating a marriage, or, you know, celebrating a confirmation of your relationship, take it one day at a time. It's a learning process, just like all the marriages, all the committed relationships that have ever existed. It's a one day at a time kind of thing. I think this is the best advice for either scenario that I talked about, was that when you're in connection with this person, don't jump ahead too far. Be okay with taking it one day at a time with this person. Don't make your expectations, don't Don't create too high of expectations right away. There's the Fool again. Look at this. The Fool and the Page of Cups. What did I say about a Piscean kind of masculine energy? They're very, it's not a very mature energy. It's kind of naive energy. If they're entering into this, some kind of commitment with you, they really don't realize what they're getting into. They're like, yeah, sure, I'll marry you. That sounds fun. They don't realize how hard it can be. Oh, goodness gracious. And it's a challenge. So, yeah, it's going to take a lot of patience from you, Taurus. If you want to stick this out, it's going to take so much patience from you. Because this person, this is like, I'm just having fun right now. I'm in for the here and now kind of energy. So, yeah, you really love this person. You really want to be committed with them. That means you have to be committed with them even when they're being flaky. Even when they're not there. You have to be committed to them. Okay? Otherwise, you know, you take it as it is. Like, they are who they are. You can't change that. All right? Either way, whether you are in a committed relationship or whether you want it. So the last scenario that we had for the third card, we had the Ten of Swords. It's the ending. It's like, I've had enough. I've taken enough abuse, essentially. I've taken enough. I've battled. I've thought about this. I've struggled. I've had my say. It's done. I've had enough. Okay. Let's look at the trajectory of this scenario. So the Four of Cups wanted to come out, and that is saying, like, when you're in a negative space from being at this, like, from being in this struggle for so long, when you're in a negative space, you have a hard time seeing the gift that comes with the gifts that have been presented along with the struggle, the opportunities that have been presented along with the struggle. So there are opportunities here for you. You have resources available to you that you don't realize you do. There are things that opportunities in that ending. Opportunities in that ending. That's really strong. I hear it. There's a gift in your sadness and your grief. There is a gift for you from the universe. Let's get a couple more little pieces of guidance for Taurus. What do the cards want to say? Yeah, the ending of the bickering. That's, yeah. I feel like part of the ending for you, for those of you who've just like had enough, part of the closure comes with giving up, like just giving up the idea that you have to be right, letting go of any kind of shared assets that you can, just to get it over with. I've done that myself in breakups where I was like, you can just have everything. I just don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to be in this negative space anymore. So yeah, it's just a matter of being like, you know what? Yeah, just have it. You know, okay, you're right. I'm just going to go over here now. I'm going to have my peace now, because that's what you need. This is it, right? You're at the end of the fight. No more fighting. It's done. Okay? And the Tower's there. It wants to remind you, yeah, once again, this whole scenario seems like it was a huge disaster. It's like, why did I have to go through that? Because it was a lesson. It was a gift for you. The transition is a gift, is a great gift for you. You don't realize it yet, but you're going to see it down the line. You'll understand why you had to go through all of this. It doesn't feel good when you're in the middle of it. It seems like a whole lot of BS when you're right in the middle of the struggle. Or when you've just like they've said the last thing that just really hurt you, like really cut you to the bone, right? Or you've said something that you're like, wow, I've really hit rock bottom with this scenario. So it doesn't, yeah, it seems like it's just the worst thing, and you're just like, I don't see what could possibly be good about this. But you will see it later. You will see why it had to happen the way it did, okay? Love you, Aries. Everything's going to be all right. The transition is not easy, but everything is going to be okay. It always ends up okay in the end. Okay, so Taurus. Taurus, if you want to check out your February readings, go ahead and subscribe. go to my channel playlist. You'll find February 2021 readings. It's time. We're right here at the top of the month. Let's do it. Let's find out what you need to know for February. Love ya. I'll catch you later. Bye, Taurus.